Ever noticed how girls suddenly act different when a new week begins? Monday has a strange effect on emotions, energy, and behavior. Some girls wake up feeling extremely motivated, ready to change their whole life, while others become quiet, emotionally distant, or lost in overthinking. Psychologists believe this happens because the human brain loves the feeling of a fresh start. A new week creates the illusion that everything can restart instantly. That's why many girls suddenly clean their room, change their profile picture, post motivational quotes, or decide to focus on themselves every Monday morning. For a moment, it feels like a completely new chapter is beginning. At the same time, many girls become dry texters at the start of the week. Their replies get shorter, colder, and slower. Messages turn into simple words like okay, yeah, or LOL. Most people think this means they are angry or losing interest, but in reality, the brain is often overloaded with stress, planning, classes, responsibilities, and emotional pressure. Mentally, they enter an energy-saving mode. It's not always personal. Sometimes their mind is simply too busy preparing for the week ahead. But interestingly, if a girl still sends random reels, remembers tiny details, or reacts to your stories while acting dry, it usually means she still cares more than she shows. Another strange behavior appears through music. Girls often change their playlist depending on their emotional state, and Mondays create a huge emotional shift. One moment they listen to soft romantic songs, and the next moment they're listening to emotional late-night music while staring at the ceiling. Psychology says music regulates emotions faster than thoughts can. That's why many girls unconsciously build Monday playlists that match their hidden feelings. Their music choices often reveal stress, loneliness, motivation, heartbreak, or emotional exhaustion without them even realizing it. Sometimes a playlist says more than words ever could. Some girls also disappear from social media at the start of the week. Suddenly, there are no stories, no posts, and no replies. People assume they are ignoring everyone, but psychologically this behavior often means mental recharge. When emotions become overloaded, the brain naturally pulls away from social interaction to recover energy. Girls especially do this when they are stressed, emotionally tired, trying to avoid drama, or simply attempting to focus on themselves. Ironically, the quieter they become online, the louder their thoughts usually become in real life. Then there's the famous main character energy. You've probably seen a girl walking with headphones on, acting like she's inside a movie scene while dramatic music plays in her ears. This behavior actually has psychological meaning. Imagining yourself as the main character can temporarily boost confidence, motivation, and emotional control. That's why many girls suddenly change their walking style, outfits, attitude, or social media aesthetic on Mondays. Deep down, they are trying to feel powerful again after emotional exhaustion from the previous week. And honestly, sometimes that fake confidence slowly becomes real confidence. But when nighttime arrives, everything changes. Monday nights are often full of overthinking. During the day, girls may seem completely normal, smiling and talking like nothing is wrong. But late at night, the brain becomes quieter and emotions become louder. That's when they start replaying awkward conversations, unread messages, relationship problems, embarrassing moments, and fears about the future. Psychology explains that nighttime removes distractions, forcing emotions to surface more strongly. Many girls silently fight hundreds of thoughts while appearing calm on the outside. Sometimes this overthinking leads to a sudden, "I need to change my life" moment. Out of nowhere, a girl decides she wants a completely new version of herself. She starts deleting old photos, unfollowing people, changing habits, focusing on self-care, or becoming distant from certain friendships. Psychologists call this identity rebuilding. It usually happens after disappointment, emotional burnout, or mental exhaustion. Instead of staying stuck in old emotions, the brain tries to create a stronger identity. To other people, it may look dramatic, but internally it feels like survival and growth at the same time. One of the saddest behaviors appears when girls fake happiness in public. At the start of the week, many smile, laugh, and act energetic around others, even while feeling mentally exhausted inside. Humans naturally hide emotions to avoid appearing weak, and girls often become experts at masking sadness. The happiest-looking person in class can sometimes be the one struggling the most emotionally. That's why psychology reminds us that behavior doesn't always reveal true feelings. Sometimes people smile simply because they don't want others to notice the pain they carry privately. And then suddenly, everything changes again. After days of silence or emotional exhaustion, a girl might randomly become energetic, loud, funny, and active online again. She starts posting stories, laughing with friends, sending random messages, and acting happier than before. Many people call this mood swings, but psychology explains it differently. Emotions naturally move in cycles. After emotional lows, the brain searches for dopamine, excitement, and social connection to recover mentally. So those sudden bursts of energy are often signs of emotional recovery rather than fake behavior. At the end of the day, girls' behavior during the start of the week isn't random at all. Behind every dry text, confident walk, emotional playlist, silent disappearance, or late-night overthinking session, there's usually hidden psychology involved. Everyone has different ways of surviving the pressure of Mondays and new beginnings. Some become quiet, some become motivated, and some pretend everything is okay while fighting silent battles inside their mind. And honestly, that's what makes human behavior so interesting.